All right, out here for another run. Got about 4 more weeks until my race. Pretty pumped. Gonna do 2 more high intensity weeks and then 2 taper weeks, and the race day will be here. Tried to get some heat training in, but it's Pennsylvania, so it's actually just been really rainy, kind of cold. There's been some hot days I've been able to run on, but not many. So kind of worried about that, but we'll see how the body adapts. Yeah, at this point, just gonna train hard for another 2 weeks, and the hay will be in the barn, and then we'll have a taper week and we'll rest, and then we'll start racing. So I'm pretty pumped, can't wait. We will see what happens. Out for another run, and it's raining again. Alright, so I'm trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. I don't have access to a cold plunge or an ice bath or anything like that, so I've been just doing hot shower, cold shower, hot shower. But I've got this creek by my house, and it looks pretty cold. It's been raining, it's like 60 degrees outside. I'm thinking about jumping in there and trying to induce some recovery, speed that up before my race. And I think I'm just gonna sit down and get a little bit cold in this river here. For those of you wondering, it is quite cold. It's been 60 degrees and raining all night, so maybe it won't be 32 degrees, but it's pretty close.
A few moments later.
All right, now I get to walk about another 1.5 miles back to my house. So this is gonna be fun. All right, it is 90 degrees, plus or minus a few. Just got done with some heat training. It was definitely not anything to be impressed by. It was slow. It's not really what I wanted, but I'm happy I finished it. About 3 weeks out from my race. Now, the cool thing about these races is they're just the culmination of how hard you worked to get there. Like, you're not gonna show up on race day and be something that you weren't before. If you put in the time, you put in the training, it'll go well sometimes. Other times, other things will happen that you can't control, and you'll DNF, and it is what it is. But I'm excited for this race because it's going to be direct feedback, showing me how hard I worked and where I was at when I got to the race, and it'll be good to know how far I have come since I've started ultra running. I have no idea if I've worked hard enough. I always feel like I don't. But if I waited to feel like I worked hard enough to do something hard, I don't think I would ever do anything hard. I never feel prepared. I never feel ready. So I just hope that on these really slow, hot days, I'll look back in the middle of the race and realize that these were the days that made me capable of doing what I'm currently doing. And I'll be happy about it. The days that feel easy don't necessarily get you there. Sometimes they do. But it's the long, continuous, wake up every day, train a little bit here and there that's really going to get you where you want to go. So we will see what happens. So we're packing up, and right now I'm packing up all the food. We just got back from buying it, so that was exciting. Yeah, if you want to come in here, I've got some bigger items. So this is like a backpacker's meal. We're gonna put some hot water in that. It's a long race. I might need to sit down and take a break, so that's what we're keeping this there for. We got some sugary stuff, so I do Oreos. 2 or 3 Oreos is a crazy amount of calories, and you can take those. They're quick, they digest quickly. Same with the Pop-Tarts. I've got some saltier stuff, so there's some chips, some jerky, some ramen in case I need another meal, and stuff like that. So it might look like a lot, but it's actually about half as much as I usually buy. I tend to overbuy food, which is a good problem to have. But the aid station is going to be really nice, and it's only a 2-mile loop, so I'm not trying to get stuff that I can carry. Like a lot of marathoners will do gels or honey stinger waffles or stuff like that, and those work well if you're trying to put them in your pockets or your backpack or whatever. With this, I'm just kind of stopping by my aid station, saying hi to my crew, grabbing something and going. So that's kind of the goal. I need to be able to carry it and eat it, but I don't need to be able to pack it for an 8-mile stint like most races you would need. Over here, I've got my water, so I'm taking a couple gallons of water, but there's going to be a refill station, so I don't need a lot. I've got Tailwinds and Gatorade powder for electrolytes, as well as some salt and some pickle juice. Pickle juice is great if you just need a quick shot of something like that. Tailwind will do well, but usually it ends up hurting my stomach after a bit, so then we'll switch over to maybe the Gatorade powder, just some salty water. Yeah, and then we also have some caffeine, so I've got some energy drinks, I've got some 5-hour energies for later in the race. I'm gonna have some cold brew coffee as well. That's usually pretty smooth and that goes down pretty well. So I'm hoping this is gonna be enough. Like I said, I think the aid station the race is providing is gonna have great food. They're gonna have pizza and some grilling stuff, so that'll be good. But yeah, this is what's gonna hold me over for the time being. Yep, so this drawer goes to one of my 3-drawer organizers that I take with me. I try to pack everything in this kind of thing because my crew can just actually pop the drawer out, put it on a table, and I can kind of see everything. I used to do things in like backpacks and drawstring bags, and it just got really messy and hard to find things. So in this drawer right now, I've got my electrolytes, some bottles, some other food stuff. I'm gonna put my belt that's gonna have my bottle up in here. I've got some caffeine, my plate. So this will kind of be the designated like food equipment type stuff, and I'll be able to just pull that out and find what I need. All right, in this drawer, I got all my clothes. So there's jackets, shorts, all kinds of t-shirts, depending on the weather. I've just got a bag here full of headbands, arm sleeves, gaiters, accessories like that. It's gonna go in that drawer as well. This mesh bag has 7 pairs of socks in it, so in case my feet get wet, we can change those out, see what happens there. And I'm gonna have some hats and stuff like that in here as well. So this drawer is gonna have my gear in it. So there's just random stuff in here. There's a towel, some neck gaiters, some poles, some hand warmers. I've got this broken up into bags. So my blister kit is in there. It's got tape, moleskin, some things called Compedes. Those are awesome medicated like blister band-aids. They stick super well. Some body glide for chafing. We got some night stuff here. So there's a lantern in there, some batteries, an emergency blanket, all kinds of gear. Right here, I've got my headlamps. I'm taking 2, so hopefully that'll get me through the night, and my massage gun. So that's gonna be all my gear. All right, for shoes, I always overpack, but these are my first 2. These are the Ultra Olympus trail shoes. I really like those. I've had them for a while. They're a little torn up, but they'll work. I'll probably start my race in these. They're the Ultra Mont Blancs. Love those, they're great trail shoes. So I'm hoping these 2 pairs right here will do the job. But then in the back, I've got some Hoka Speed Goats. This is the number 5, I think. Didn't love them. They kind of are tight in the toe box, but I take them anyway if I need them. This is an old pair of Hokas. They're actually a size too big, but they do great for me if my feet swell. So I'm taking those. And then these are just some super comfy road shoes that I have. It's a trail race, so I don't think I'll wear them. But if every other pair of shoe gets wet and I need something, I'll have those on me. All right, it's 4 o'clock. Time to get going. Got about a 4-hour drive ahead of us. Man.
Mass Wildlife District Office. They love their birds up here. Tonsi, don't walk in the high grass. You want to get your bib before we start?
I'm chilling either way. I don't really care.
Like, do we want to carry the tent up, or do we should get up there first?
Okay. All right, we made it. We're about to set up the tent. There's a bunch of tents behind me already set up. Some people have been running for 24 hours already. So, yeah, we're gonna get the tent set up, get our aid station all ready to go, and I'll check in and we'll see what happens. Got here with a ton of time, so we're just chilling until we get started. It's 2.5 hours until bib check. This is home for the next 48 hours. Got about an hour and 10 minutes until the race. Just got done taking a nap. Gonna get everything on, make sure everything's prepped. It's a very chill start. There's tents everywhere. There's a bunch of people here doing a bunch of different events. So yeah, one thing I've tried to always bring and put up in my tent as a reminder is this tortoise shirt up here. Figured while I have time I'll tell you guys why it's up there. I'm sure the first thing that comes to mind is the tortoise and the hare and Aesop's fables and how it's better to go slow and not overwork yourself, and slow and steady wins the race. And that is 100% true, but that is not why I own the shirt. It's a funny story. I'm coaching like 2 years ago for a university on a cross-country team, and I had a few kids with me. We were out running, and this lady stops us on our long run. She hands us this flyer, and she tells us that her tortoise is lost. And we're like, that doesn't make any sense. We were like 5 miles from the nearest town. Yeah, it made absolutely no sense. So she's like, my tortoise is lost. If you see him, can you let me know? And we're like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. Completely forgot about it. And then I'm sitting at home on Facebook watching the news one day, and I see this turtle is found like 10 miles from me, right where we were running. Turns out this tortoise had walked 8 miles from his house. He got out because somebody left the gate open, and a fisherman found him by a lake and returned him home. So then my cross-country kids that were with me ended up buying me that for Christmas, and I take it with me everywhere I go when I try to run ultras. Not only does it remind me that slow and steady wins the race, but it's also a fun memory. So yeah, that tortoise got to walk 8 miles. I guess I can walk a few hundred.
And my name's Rebecca, by the way. Yeah, and I know all the workers.
Yeah, hope you're enjoying it out there.
To run at Notchview, 48 hours. Enjoy it. Make the most of every minute you're out there.
Further away.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You guys are the best. Indeed, this is awesome. We're 50K in, so 32 miles. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Squads are going a little bit, but looking forward to the evening, the pool.
Mhm.
I haven't put my headphones on or anything yet, so it would be nice to have something mentally kind of stimulating. Yeah, I'm chilling.
Nice.
Fries are good.
The nuggets are good too. Mhm.
All right, guys. I haven't filmed anything myself since I started the race. And I've got it pointing forward because I've got my headlamp on and you won't be able to see me anyway. But we're 42 miles into the race. It's nighttime, it's about 9:30. So everything's feeling all right. It's feeling like I ran kind of far. But we're trucking up a hill. I'll probably film a lot on this hill because I'm walking a lot. But yeah, I'm gonna push until I hit mile 50, take a little break. We're gonna keep cruising. It rained for like 2.5 hours right at the start. So we're dealing with some wet feet. Everything else is going all right. Still got 38, 39 hours left. But we're not gonna think about it. Just gonna eat this elephant one bite at a time. So I'm listening to an audiobook, checking out a little bit. Gonna get some miles in, we're gonna see how the night fares. First night. All right, I know all you guys can see is my headlamp. That's all right, it's gonna have to do for now. Dealing with some wet feet. We got to change my shoes once already. Yeah, we're just cruising. It's about 9:30 at night, first night. I've eaten a good amount. I usually don't eat a lot. That's one of my downfalls. I'm not great with nutrition, but hanging in. Gonna get through the night, see where we can get to the halfway point. We'll see what happens. I'm feeling pretty good mentally. Physically, I'm all right. I'm not gonna get my pain of voice. Everything is just achy. That's it. That's normal. So yeah, we're gonna keep cruising. Gonna try not to trip. And we'll see. I'm gonna push to 50. I'm gonna take a break. Maybe we'll get that filmed. And we'll see what happens. All right, it's been a while since I've updated you guys. Apologize for that. It's been a long night. I am 20 hours and 45 minutes in. I've gotten 76.25 miles in total. I'm not gonna lie, I expected to be further ahead. First 50 went pretty much as planned, on pace, not too fast, not too slow, but I felt myself slipping pretty hard. Yeah, so I ended up just slowing way down. Some stomach issues, some quad issues. I mentioned rain in the beginning of the race, a lot of blistering. So I'm still in good spirits, but I'm just not moving as fast as I thought I would. We're gonna trudge it out and see what happens. The trail is beautiful. It's a little bit muddy, but it's just this big uphill, and then it's a lot of rolling downhills, which is actually murder on the quads because you can run like 1.5 miles downhill and you don't notice it's hurting until it starts to hurt. So we're gonna see what happens. There's still a ton of race left. That's over 27 hours left to race. I think my big distance goal is gone. I don't think I'm gonna hit that, but that's okay. I might hit my smaller distance goal, but everybody's slowing down. It's humid. So at this point, the goal is just to finish well. And I'm currently in first, so I'm really just trying to hold on to that. Being chased pretty hard. It's hard on loop courses like this to not sit too much because you see your crew every 2 miles. But we're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna try to keep you updated a little bit more. But the race is going slow. Not much to tell, not much to see. So hang tight. All right, guys, checking in. I'm on my 99th mile. So doing another lap to get that 100 in. The race did not go how I expected it to go. I am 30 hours and 15 minutes in right now. I fully expected to be way higher in mileage, just because of the stuff I've done in the past, but we don't always get what we expect. And then ultras, you can't bend the ultra to your will. They usually bend you to its will. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this 100 up, and race isn't over. I've still got 18 hours, something like that, that I can keep getting laps in. Definitely feeling the sleep deprivation. I've been up for 36-ish hours. I think I've slept 20 minutes the one night and 10 minutes today, just during a shoe change. So yeah, not enough sleep, feeling myself slip. It's not as bad as I've had it before, but pretty tired. So I'm gonna eat some dinner, and we will see what the night brings. I'm definitely tired. I lost first place. The guy's a beast. It's just not gonna happen. My legs are completely trashed. So I'm doing all my laps now with walking. Can't really run. So yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, it finally happened. Got 100 miles on the course with 17 and a half hours to spare, so I can get some bonus miles if I can get myself to get back in the groove of things here. I can honestly say this is one of the hardest 100-mile distances I've ever gotten in. I've never had one take this long, like ever. And yeah, it just hurt. Weather was intense, it was hot, rained a little bit. Legs are dead really soon. Couldn't really keep much nutrition down. It was a fight. I've had to walk the last, 30, 40 miles. I went out decently the first 50. It wasn't a big deal. Decent pacing. I might have went out a little too fast at the beginning, but it's kind of just a big hill at the beginning, and then it's rolling downhills. So you go really fast on the downhills. It's a great way to blow up your quads if you're not ready for that. So I can't really run. I've been walking for a bit. Just finished the 100. So whatever laps I get in after this, I still got 18 hours, but whatever laps I get in is just gonna be a trudge. So we'll see what happens. This little section is one of my favorites, not only because it's really picturesque and beautiful, but it means that we're about half a mile to 3/4 of a mile away from the check-in and back at the aid stations. All right, guys, it is the second morning. It's Monday, third morning, I guess, technically. Yeah, so I am 112 miles in. I've got about 5 hours and 15 minutes left in the race. I'm not running. I destroyed my quads, so I'm doing about 20-minute mile walks, which is not bad, but it hurts. But we're getting the miles in. I dropped down to third place because I slept for 3 to 4 hours last night. I just slowed way down. Everything was kind of in pain, so did some walking, did some sleeping. The sleep is keeping me mentally very sharp, which is great. I've never been this deep in a race and been this mentally on top of things. So yeah, just a little over 5 hours left. I'm realizing I don't think I actually explained the format of this race. So it's a 1.9 mile loop, so just under 2. And you have 48 hours to do as many of those loops as you can do. Now the problem with that is I thought the faster you do the loops, the more time you have to do more loops. But an older friend of mine that's here, that's racing, is actually incredibly wise about it. He took a lot more naps during the day when it was hot. He kept his heart rate lower, so he was able to eat more. So he was actually able to do a lot more steady miles, and he's in a lot less pain than I'm in right now. So I think there's some wisdom to that. If I do something like this again, I'm always trying to learn something from my experience. If I do something like this again, I might go out a little bit slower, try to rest when I feel like I need to rest. And in my inexperience, I don't think I listened to my body quite as much as I should have. When I needed to rest and it was telling me I needed to rest, I probably should have rested. So it made it so I had to run 100 miles in the beginning pretty quickly. And then now I'm just, you know, death marching 20-minute miles for the last 12 hours. So probably should have done that a little bit differently, but here we are. It hurts.
Yeah.
It really is. I definitely thought I'd be further mileage-wise, but I don't know. I think I went out a little bit too fast. The older guys told me I should have been sleeping, resting more. It's all good. 112 miles. I got 5 more laps. I'll hit like 121. Pretty much have secured third place as long as I keep moving. So, not exactly what I wanted, but I learned a lot. Enjoyed it. It's been fun. I mean, I've done one that was hard. This was the second hardest I've done. I mean, harder than the race. The DNFs are always hard.
Yeah.
It's been fun. Learned how to sleep. Usually don't sleep during races, so it's good.
Right. Thank you very much.
Learned a lot.
Or there's like
Proud of you.
a baseball diamond in the middle.
Let's go, Matt. You got this. Woo! You did it.
You got 19 minutes. I wasn't going to say it if you didn't say it.
Oh,
Concrete's
gosh.
the best.
10 people deep. Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing.
Let's see that medal.
Medal or the buffalo?
Which one?
It's just the finisher medal. Everybody got one of these.
Look at that. Nice.
Here's the trophy for third place. I was hoping for first, but fourth place made me fight for third place. So
There you go. Yeah. Let's see the spike.
I don't even know what he wrote on it.
What you wrote, what you said, I think.